Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Naya, and here is a kind of educational slash documentary type of video I'm providing for you guys. This video or this journey is going to be like um a three-part video, like three-part video. So this is going to be part one. Pretty much I'm going to explain what's going on, what's happening, and everything like that. Second video is going to be like in a continuation, and then the third video will pretty much be like the finale. So in this video, going to talk to you about a procedure that I'm about to have in a few days. And I do want to give a trigger warning for anyone who's watching this. I will be talking about surgery, dieting, um, all kinds of like medical stuff. So if you're kind of squeamish or not into that type of thing, just ignore this whole series. Um, but if you are someone who is like me that had a transplant and you might have to get the surgery, I want you to, if you can, watch it so you can see my journey on how I had to go about it and the like post recovery, everything like that. Now, also do take the advice from your doctors and everything like that. But you can watch me to see how an actual person has went through this. So, the procedure that I'm talking about is a fundoplication procedure surgery. So with this procedure, they are going to take like the upper part of my stomach and kind of wrap it around like a hot dog, I guess you could say, to my sphincter or something like that. Esophagus, sorry. So pretty much they're going to take the upper part of my stomach, wrap it around my esophagus like a hot dog, um, to help with acid reflux and stuff like that, so none of it gets into my lungs and cause new or more damage to my new lungs. um they say this procedure is like not that bad. um it will take like probably like an hour for the whole thing. I'm like estimating, and then I stay overnight or like a day in the hospital. And also my transplant team wanted to also monitor me after the surgery to make sure I'm doing good, my lungs are fine, everything like that. And then that's pretty much it. Then I have a 2 week time where I am on a all liquid diet, and that will be the second part of this video series where like I'm going to show you pretty much what I'm eating during this 2 weeks, or consuming during the 2 weeks of all liquid, how my body's feeling, everything like that. And then after those 2 weeks, I do have a checkup appointment. And then for 4 to 6 weeks, I will be on a soft food diet, but it's very restricted. Like I can't have just anything. Like for example, I can't have fresh fruit. I'll have to have fruit in a can. Um, what else? I can't have chocolate. No chocolate, not even like a chocolate candy, chocolate milk, nothing like the protein shakes or like supplement shakes. They can't be chocolate either. So there's that. I have to excuse me, um, be cautious of like my sodium intake and stuff, especially when I drink like broths and stuff. I can't have no caffeine, so I can have coffee, but has to be like decaf. I could have tea, but it has to be like pretty much decaf or like herbal tea. But obviously, be careful with the herbal tea because you can't just consume any type of herbs. Um, so that's just like a quick brief of pretty much like the restrictions. Usually, your team or whoever's doing your surgery would give you like a pamphlet and tell you all the restrictions and everything like that. But I just want to give you guys an example. Um, Also, how did they like what made them want me to get this procedure? So when you after surgery, after the transplant, they did have me do a study, like a 24-hour study where they take like a tube and it has like sensors at the end, and they put it through your nose, goes down to your throat, down to pretty much your stomach area, and it will sense when you are having like an acid reflux. So when you're burping, everything like that. Um, at the end of the tube, like on the outside, you will have like a little monitor thing. And like for me, when I had to burp, I had to click a button to indicate like, oh, I have burped at whatever time, whatever, whatever. So I believe that's how they were able to determine if I needed to get this procedure or not. And they had seen through the study that I had like a almost like a hernia. Nothing like crazy, not hernia, but it's just like when I consume like the liquid or the food just kind of goes up and then it goes all the way down, so just going down. So I have been told that. So that's kind of how they had determined if I need this procedure or not. And because of what they saw, I needed it. And that's what I'm going to have to go through. Um, there's really not much to it. Um, I know I had seen on some Facebook groups, people ask about the surgery and they're nervous about it. I feel like you shouldn't be too nervous about it. Of course, there's like the anesthesia that you have to take, but like I said, other than that, there's really nothing, no negatives about this procedure. I've mostly seen, and like I feel like it's more of a positive thing, especially with the acid reflux. That's one thing I don't have to worry about, like damaging my lungs for the next few years. Um, like most people say, the post recovery, like the dieting that you're gonna have to do, is pretty much the most brutal part of the whole thing. And I know for me personally, it's going to be brutal for me because I am a very picky eater. So it's like my food palette is already limited personally, and it's going to be even more limited. Um, so I'm just trying to prepare myself kind of like mentally, especially for the all liquid diet. I'm not 100% happy about that one, obviously, but I have been getting like juices, obviously water, some uh, sports drinks like Body Armor. I don't really drink Gatorade because it has a lot of sodium, so I drink Body Armor. I got some pretty good broths, like a beef broth, a chicken broth. I want to say I got pork broth too. Um, and that's like really it. Like protein shake, like insures are really good. I know in the hospital they gave me like a lot of insures, so I'm fine with that. Um, and that's really it. So I'm like kind of prepared for the liquid diet part, and then obviously the soft foods, it will be it'll be all right. I just gotta make do with it. But the thing that's really interesting is that I had to consume like small portions of food like 6 times a day. So I thought that was interesting. Um, so I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do that because I don't really eat that like that. Like my eating habit is pretty weird. So I don't know. But that's like really it on this procedure. Um, the partial fundoplication, I feel like it would be a very good thing to do. I'm obviously willing to do it. I have no anything bad against it. I haven't seen anyone say anything bad against it other than that they're nervous about it, which is totally understandable. So this procedure is very much going to give you more good than it is like bad, especially if it's going to prevent like damage to your lungs. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this part one video. In next few weeks I'll be working on um, the other two parts, and like slowly but surely like show you guys what I'm consuming, how, like I said, what I'm consuming, how I'm feeling, how my checkup goes. And yeah, I hope this video is somewhat helpful. I hope I explained it for you guys. Maybe I'll try to look for some pictures and like kind of show you guys like right here. So I'll pretty much like how the stomach is gonna go around the esophagus, because what they kind of have in the video is, or not video, but in the pamphlet is very hard to see. So hopefully I could find something that's not too graphic so I could show you guys like what it will look like. Oh, and another thing about the procedure. So how they're gonna do it is actually very interesting. So my uh doctor surgery lady, she said that she would go through my like the bottom part of my stomach, or like somewhere in my stomach, and kind of use like a machine to do everything. So that would be very interesting. I wish I could kind of like be able to record that during surgery. I know it might sound weird, but I just thought that was interesting when she was explaining it. Like she's gonna use like, she's doing it obviously, but like she's gonna have help with like a machine to go through, because it's like a small incision. She said nothing like too crazy, like compared to like the transplant incision, and it's just gonna be like a quick, like take the top part of the stomach, wrap it around the esophagus, and boom, it's done. So that is it for now. I hope I kind of like explained it a little bit for you guys to understand. That's kind of how I just tell everybody in my circle when I'm like, oh, I have to do surgery, and they're like, what surgery? And I tell them like, because I always forget the names, so I just tell them what I'm gonna have to do and why I gotta do it, and they're like, oh, okay. So I hope I explained it well for you guys. I hope I pronounced it right. I feel like I did. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this little series. And if you are about to get the same procedure, surgery, however you want to call it, good luck to you. And I hope my video has helped you feel more comfortable about it, and hopefully you don't feel too nervous about it. Me personally, I know my hospital, my team are very good. I go to UF Shands, and I'm never worried about the surgery itself, even the anesthesia, even though most people are scared of it. I never worry about those parts. It's mostly how I'm going to be post recovery. That's literally the only thing I worry about. And that's how I felt about my transplant. I wasn't worried about the surgery itself. I knew that they were going to take good care of me. It was just my own personal willpower and strength to recover nicely. So I hope if you're watching this, and like I said, you're going through this, I hope you are able to be comfortable and have like the willpower and strength to get over this little, I call it little, but little procedure, and have an amazing recovery. And I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.